Welcome y'all to Game My Movie Recap. Today, we're going to tell you the storyline of a movie called Bad Boys for Life from the year 2020. Telling us about the Miami's finest, Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett, reunite to face their toughest challenge yet, a ruthless cartel leader, targeting Mike for revenge, leading to explosive action, unexpected alliances, and a thrilling battle to protect their brotherhood and the city they love. And without further ado, let's get straight to the video. But before we start, please support our channel by subscribing and click the bell icon for future notifications. Now, let's start. The movie begins with detectives Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett racing through the streets of Miami, followed closely by other police officers. Their destination is a hospital, where they hastily enter and make their way to the room where Marcus's daughter, Megan, has just given birth to a baby boy. Marcus's wife, Teresa, and Megan's fiancé, Reggie, are also present, and they inform Marcus that the baby has been named after him. Filled with pride, Marcus cradles his grandson in his arms. Meanwhile, in a Mexican prison, an inmate named Isabel Aretas chants an incantation, catching the attention of a guard. Seizing the opportunity, Isabel disarms the guard and fatally stabs her, prompting other inmates to join in the assault. As chaos ensues, Isabel is escorted outside by additional guards, but her son, Armando, comes to her aid and swiftly eliminates the remaining guards. Together, they make their escape and return to their home, where they begin plotting revenge in honor of Isabel's deceased husband, Benito. Their ultimate target is revealed to be none other than Mike Lowrey. Armando makes his way to the docks, where he retrieves a crate filled with money. His plan is to collaborate with other gangsters, but they attempt to deceive him and claim the majority of the money for themselves. Confronted by the armed gangsters, Armando swiftly defends himself by attacking them with his knife. Overpowering his adversaries, he demands the remaining men to step forward if they are willing to serve his family with loyalty. One of the crooks, known as Lorenzo Rodriguez Orzuelo, decides to join forces with him. Meanwhile, Mike and Marcus, accompanied by their fellow officers, including Captain Howard, gather at a bar to celebrate Marcus's newfound grandfatherhood. They encounter a woman named Rita, who has recently been promoted to lieutenant and also happens to be Mike's ex-partner. Rita reveals that she is now in charge of AMMO, Advanced Miami Metro Operations, which employs a younger team of officers. Marcus acknowledges that they are becoming too old for the wild adventures they used to embark on and urges Mike to settle down, but Mike disagrees. In a playful gesture, the two step outside for a foot race. As Mike takes the lead, Armando suddenly appears on a motorcycle and shoots him. Armando manages to escape while the other officers rush to aid Mike. Mike's condition remains critical, prompting Marcus to beseech God for his friend's recovery. In his prayer, Marcus solemnly promises to abstain from perpetuating any further violence in the world. Rita and Howard, in response, instruct the AMMO team comprising Kelly, Dorn, and Rafe to launch a thorough investigation into the identity of the person responsible for shooting Mike. Meanwhile, Isabel reprimands Armando for his hasty attempt on Mike's life, revealing her sinister motive of making him suffer by witnessing the deaths of others before his own demise. They proceed to target and murder a judge, a forensics analyst, and a prosecutor in broad daylight. After 6 months, Megan and Reggie celebrate their wedding, while Mike successfully recovers from his injuries. He delivers a heartfelt speech during the ceremony and later approaches Marcus, seeking his assistance in apprehending the shooter. However, Marcus declines, expressing concern for the safety of others and emphasizing his retirement from active duty. Upon learning that Mike has awakened, Armando shares the incriminating body cam footage of him shooting Mike. Seeking aid, Armando turns to Rita, but she, too, denies his request for assistance. Taking matters into his own hands, Mike decides to track down his shooter. He pays a visit to a retired criminal known as Manny the Butcher and resorts to using force. Mike inflicts pain on Manny's hand with a hammer until he reveals the name of a man named Booker Grassi, who might have information about the motorcycle's owner and, consequently, the shooter's identity. Mike then approaches Captain Howard and convinces him to reluctantly allow AMMO to assist in locating Grassi. Upon joining forces with the AMMO team, Mike immediately clashes with the sarcastic Rafe, but Kelly and Dorn, respecting Mike's expertise as a detective, support him. Together, they head to a warehouse where Grassi is scheduled to make a drop. Mike swiftly realizes that Grassi is attempting to double-cross the other individuals involved, putting himself in grave danger. A chaotic shootout ensues. and while Mike tries to protect Gracie from harm, he is unable to save him from an explosion that propels him backward and impales him on a forklift. Tragically, Gracie dies before Mike can extract any valuable information from him. Marcus receives a distressing call from an informant named Carver Remy, who claims that Armando is pursuing him with the intention of killing him. Desperate for assistance, Remy turns to Marcus for help. Marcus attempts to contact Mike, but his former partner ignores him, still harboring resentment and considering Marcus a quitter. Eventually, Mike answers Marcus's call and agrees to join forces in locating Remy. They rush to Remy's hotel, but tragically, Remy's lifeless body collides with Marcus's car upon their arrival. Without hesitation, Mike storms into the hotel and confronts Armando, engaging in a fierce fight. During the altercation, Mike successfully removes Armando's mask, but is shocked and stunned when he sees Armando's true face. Seizing an opportunity, Mike manages to escape. Later, Mike meets with Captain Howard at a game, where they bond and Howard sincerely expresses his concern and care for Mike. As they prepare to leave, tragedy strikes when a bullet strikes Howard's throat. Armando and Zuelo are responsible for the attack, but Mike, aware that he is in plain sight, takes swift action by pulling Howard to safety and finding cover behind a car, preventing Armando from having a clear shot. Mike desperately attempts to revive Howard, but tragically, he succumbs to his injuries. Following Howard's funeral, Marcus makes a firm decision to officially join forces with Mike in their pursuit to apprehend the shooter. Mike and Marcus embark on a mission to locate a dubious intermediary known as Picante Jenkins, hoping to obtain a lead on their shooter. They enter Jenkins' motel room, where they find him heavily under the influence of cocaine. Marcus attempts to connect with him on a personal level, but it only results in a powerful punch. In the nick of time, AMMO arrives after Marcus called for backup, and they swiftly subdue Jenkins by using a taser. With Jenkins' files in their possession, the team identifies Zuelo as a significant figure and plans to track him down as their next target. The team heads to a club where they spot Zuelo. In their attempt to apprehend him, he flees, forcing the team to engage in a battle against his henchmen. Mike and Marcus hop onto a motorcycle with a sidecar, with Marcus reluctantly breaking his promise to God by using a machine gun to fend off the approaching adversaries. They chase Zuelo through the streets, with Zuelo attempting to escape by boarding a helicopter via a ladder. Mike takes a daring leap, grabbing onto the ladder as well. In a critical moment, Armando shoots Zuelo off the ladder, enabling him to take a clearer shot at Mike. Armando utters the words "Hasta el fuego" to Mike before he lets go and plunges into the water below. Back at the headquarters, Mike assigns Dorn the task of searching for information based on the phrase uttered by Armando. During their investigation, Mike comes to a realization that Isabel is the mastermind behind all the events. He reveals to Marcus that before they became partners, he had been deeply undercover in the Aretas cartel and had a romantic relationship with Isabel. However, he was forced to betray her, resulting in her imprisonment and the death of her husband. The phrase "Hasta el fuego" was a nonsensical phrase they had come up with, meant to signify together until the flame burns out. Isabel had gained the nickname La Bruja due to her involvement in witchcraft. Mike concludes that Armando is his own son and that Isabel has been grooming him for revenge, as all the victims were connected to the case against the Aretas family. After becoming aware of the truth, Isabel contacts Mike and arranges a meeting in Mexico City to settle matters. The team travels to Mexico for the final confrontation. Isabel instructs Mike to meet her in an old palace. A fierce firefight erupts between the team and Isabel's mercenaries. The AMMO officers showcase their exceptional gunfighting skills, with Dorn also displaying impressive physical prowess. Marcus manages to shoot down a sniper helicopter, causing it to crash into the building, igniting a destructive fire. Armando confronts Mike in a one-on-one fight, but instead of engaging in further violence, Mike chooses to reveal their true relationship. He asks Isabel if it is indeed the case, and she reluctantly confirms it. In a selfless act, Armando steps in front of Mike when Isabel tries to shoot him, taking a bullet in the shoulder. Rita intervenes by shooting Isabel off the ledge, sending her tumbling into the fiery wreckage below. Marcus teeters on the edge as well, but Armando helps Mike pull him to safety. Together, they escape from the perilous situation. As time passes, the team experiences improved camaraderie, and they celebrate a significant milestone when Rita is promoted to the position of captain. Mike and Marcus find joy in bonding with baby Marcus, serenading him with the iconic Bad Boy song. Just before the credits begin to roll, Mike pays a visit to Armando in prison, extending an opportunity for him to seek redemption for his past crimes. Armando displays a flicker of interest, hinting at the possibility of a new path ahead for him. And the movie ended. What do you think of the movie? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit like and support the channel by subscribing and click the bell icon so that you won't miss our future recaps. And if you have any movie you want us to recap, please do tell us in the comments section as well. And until next time.